the clubhouse room as well. All right, all right. So welcome guys and girls. We are streaming live on YouTube as well as Clubhouse. So we're just talking about the journey of a trader. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Micah Crawford. I've been trading for about seven and a half years now. I'm going into my 8th year, come around March, April, around there. And it has been a journey. It has definitely been a journey. The reason why I'm doing this podcast is to really kind of help people along the way in their journey. I remember what it was like to be brand new in this space, not knowing where to go, who to follow, what to do. I had a lot of questions. You know, there's a lot of information out there on YouTube and things like that. And I might have some friends to come up on Clubhouse on the stage to also talk. But really, this is just a way for people to really like get the inside look of what it's like to be a trader. So let me post the link, the Zoom link on Clubhouse, and then we'll dive right into today. So I want to pose a question to those that are on Zoom. Where are you at in your trading journey? And what do you think is the hardest part about trading right now? So again, the question is, where are you at in your trading journey? And what do you think is the hardest part? You can put it in the chat. You can come off mic, off of mute if you want. But where are you at in your trading journey? And what do you think is the hardest part? Managing emotions. That's a good one. That is a good one. Anybody else? And if you're on Clubhouse, you can put it in the chat and then I'll read it off as well. So where are you at in the journey of trading? Well, let's talk about it in a little bit more detail. So most people don't really see success in trading within their first 5 to 10 years, right? And through that 5 to 10 years, guess what? There's wins, there's losses. Get back in after losses. That's a good one too, right? There's wins and there's losses. And with those wins and losses come the good emotions and the bad emotions. So how do you deal with it? Well, the first thing I learned was, one, learn to love to take a loss. Learn to love to take a loss. Why is it good to lose? Well, if you think about it like this, the loss is only a lesson. The loss is only a lesson. Now, I got that from a PDF that I read. It's called The Emotion-Free Trader. And that's one of the subtitles is Learn to Love to Take a Loss. And the reason why I said, what's up, Mike? So the reason why it said it, and one of the lessons that I got from it was, you know, you're in a situation where you have acquired a skill set that will allow you to make the amount of money that you want to make no matter what. So those losses have lessons. what lessons was it? What lessons are you going to learn as a trader? Well, some of the main lessons is fear, FOMO, greed would be like the main ones, right? So I got a friend here, Mike. He's been trading for a while, and we're going to kind of have like a discussion as traders come in and out of the space. So, Mike, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's going on?
Doing good, man. I appreciate you jumping on. I know we talked about this, but today I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and put out the first episode. So, quick question, bro. How
Yeah.
did, as a trader with experience, how did you deal with managing your emotions with losses and wins?
Oh, that's real
Yeah.
simple. It took me, I wouldn't say it was real simple in the beginning, but I think what it came down to was habits. You see, I'm cleaning my kitchen right now. It came down to habits, and discipline because we don't, I would always try to hit a goal, right? And the reality of the situation is that, you don't, it's not the goal, it's your processes and habits that create that helps you towards that. And I had to learn very early that one trade shouldn't make or break you. You know what I mean? We shouldn't live and die off of one trade. And so once I understood that, and I understood that it's going to take time, um, I started to use time as my servant and commodity. um, because trading over time, you should get really good results if you got your strategy, if you got your way of trading down pat. But it takes time to get the results. I know most people want to get it overnight, but and those are far and few between. Those are the anomalies, right? Um,
Mhm.
but the reality is, it takes a little time to be able to do that. It takes time, and to master that, um, you have to have systems and processes in place and habits formed, because you don't rise to the occasion. You fall back down to your disciplines, habits, and and rituals that you do, when you hit that market.
Nice, nice. So, quick question too: would you say learning to take a loss has that been like good, or where does that kind of fall into place with what
I
you do?
well, in the be and let me give you like, from a beginning to now. A loss in the beginning will hurt me because I'll be like, all right, I lost today, or I took a loss on this trade because I didn't know how to handle it. I'm thinking you're supposed to win every single trade, and that's just not the case. When the reality is that right now a loss is just part of the business. That's part of doing business, right? If I run other companies and we have profit and loss statements, right? And so
Mhm.
one month we could operate at a net negative, and then another month we'll operate at a net positive. But by the year is over, we're all net positive. It's the ebb and flow of it. That's how that works.
Nice, nice. So, look, and Mike, how long have you been trading, if you don't mind me asking?
Almost a decade. Almost a decade.
Crazy. Great. Now, do you still feel like you have a hard time managing your emotions?
No, not at all. We nip that in the bud. I mean, because once you start, if I, man, I'm gonna be really transparent. Um, once you, you said what? My wife said, go in the sunroom. I'm trying to wash the dishes too, but go ahead. All right. She thought, go in the sunroom. um, so once you, once you take a big enough loss, you got to say to yourself, I just paid a college tuition here. So I better get something out of this loss. Was it a loss or was it a lesson? And it was both. It was a loss and it was a lesson, right? The loss is what you feel. The lessons is what you learn. Um,
Mm,
so I learned to nip that in the bud really, really quick. Um, I would say my first month that I started trading, I lost $50,000. 50,000. Okay. Now don't think I had 50,000 just to put into the market. I didn't. I was feeding that thing like it was an ATM machine, right? Uh,
Mhm.
500 here, 500 there. By the time I looked up, you know, man, hey, I was 50 grand short. And I said, hey, you know what? That's somebody college education. I better take this thing serious. And then throughout the journey, having big losses of 30,000, 100,000, 150,000, 50,000. I'm just giving you some of the bigger ones that I've lost. Um, you start to learn real quick. It's not about strategy. It's not about, risk all the time. It's about, can you control what's going on in your head? Can you control what's going on in your head? So I said, okay, let me just create disciplines, correct the errors of the past, create new disciplines for the future. That way we'll never have to visit this again. And
Right.
so now now it's not even a thing. It doesn't even it doesn't like it I don't even think about it. Like, oh yeah, that trade didn't hit. Oh well. You know what I mean? Oh, that
Right.
trade didn't hit. Oh well, okay. All right, these three did. All right, cool. Am I net positive or net negative by the end of my target? That's what I care about.
Nice. So this was the PDF that a friend of mine, who's actually one of my mentors, he shared it with me, and it's chapter 2 of a PDF entitled "Emotion Free Trading," and it's learning to love to take a loss. So one kind of like read and talk about just what is being shared. It said this is something you'll hear successful traders say all the time. So Mike, he's 10 years in the game. He said he lost how much?
Oh, I was just giving you the big losses. Heck, that was in the beginning.
That's
Uh,
that's just it. That's
yeah, that was
it.
just the bigger ones. I mean, you're gonna have smaller micro ones, but those bigger ones hurt more. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
But most traders can't say, especially retail traders, they can't say, "Hey, I grew an account to X amount and then I lost it." You know, but they'll tell you what they should have done. I should have took it out. I should have did that. But when you think you're hot and you just keep rolling, that's not the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the name of the game is consistency over time. That's the business, consistency over time, hitting the button the same way at the same time every time over the period of time. You know what I mean? It like
Yep.
like every 10 weeks I make, what is it, about 100 grand every 10 weeks. And the only way to do that is you have to hit the button consistently, um the same way at the same time every time, because your strategy plays out with a big with a series of trades. That's when your probability hits. But learning to love to take a loss, what that says to me is this person, whoever wrote this, that's saying this person has a process and a system and discipline. They don't care whether they win or lose one single trade. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So this is pretty powerful. Everybody should look at this.
All right. So what I want everybody that's either on YouTube or Clubhouse or here on Zoom is to look at it from your perspective and look at it from the perspective of people with the experience, right? I haven't lost 50,000. I don't know what that's like, but I've lost 500, I've lost 100, I've lost 50. But does a loss define me? No, because I still show up every day. I still execute my trades every day, and I still make a profit every day. What's the difference? Mindset. What's the difference? Executing trades when following rules, those trading rules. Most people who learn this do it the hard way. What do you think the hard way is? They lose all their money before they realize how important it is to not only love to take a loss, but following those rules, being consistent. Mike said something key when he was talking. He said they have a process. They have a system in place that helps them in the long run. So my question to you is, do you have a system and do you trust your system? If not, go back to a demo account until you build that trust in yourself, because trading is just a reflection of who you are. I never understood that until maybe my second or third year into trading. I heard somebody say trading is going to expose the type of person you really are. It's going to bring good qualities out, and it's going to bring bad qualities out. So notice what it says in this box here. Your losing trades do not diminish you as a person. You are not your losing trades. You are not also winning your trades either. They are just simply byproducts of the business that you're in. So once I came to terms with that statement, that's when the switch flipped. My rule states I can only take 1 or 2 trades a day. But what ends up happening? Sometimes it's 4 to 5. Sometimes it could be 10. But Michael, you just said you had rules. Sometimes as a trader, you're going to disregard those rules. So if that happens, do you look in the mirror and say, I'm the problem? I'm not managing my emotions. I'm not managing by holding myself accountable to a higher standard. So if you talk to other traders, you'll see that, look, I'm not the only one dealing with this. You'll be surprised how many people I come across or how many people I talk to that they feel like they are the only one going through something like this. You're not. You're not. You're far from it. You're just a small piece of a bigger puzzle. So what can you do to get yourself out of a slump? Well, some things that helped me was talking to people who have more experience, talking to people who have success, who are successful with this. What do I mean by successful? As a trader, they withdraw, they follow their rules, and they are living in a way where they're not worried about losing a trade. It doesn't affect them like how it affects us. So here's the next question. How big is a community when it comes to trading? Right? How big is a community when it comes to trading? Like, is that a necessity? I would say yes, because trading can be very lonely. It can be very, very lonely. There's communities on Clubhouse. There's communities on Facebook, Twitter. You have Telegram communities, Discord communities, and you get a chance to see, talk, and listen to how people deal with different aspects of trading. That's how I met Mike, through Clubhouse. That's how I met a lot of people in the trading space via Clubhouse, and from when I was in a MLM. So find those communities out there. Hey, how did you deal with, dealing with losses? How did you deal with the fear of loss? Well, what if I lose this trade? How did you deal with, okay, if I have X amount of winning trades, how did you deal with that? Did you let it go to your head, or did you, what happened? What are some things as a new person? What can I do to get better? But guess what? You're already doing it right now. You're showing up right now. You're asking questions right now. There are a lot of PDFs. There are a lot of audiobooks out there. This one here was really, really helpful. Let's kind of go back and let's look at chapter 1. So it says setting and accomplishing realistic goals. So you're brand new to trading, and you scroll through social media, you see it on YouTube, right? But you're just starting. Now you have to set goals for yourself. Here's another thing that helped me to navigate this trading space. This title right here, setting goals for myself, right? But look at the 3 goals or characteristics that it talked about: realistic, attainable, and measurable. So realistically, I had to ask myself, Mike, if I come into trading every single day, what can I do? So I started small. I wanted to make $10 here. I wanted to make $50 here. I wanted to make $100. And guess what? That's what I did. Did I lose? I lost. I could show you red days. But if I had those red days, I didn't let that dictate who I was as a person. All right, what lessons did I learn from there? So what I would suggest, journal. Why did you lose? It's really going to just boil down to a couple of things. You didn't follow your rules. You didn't go through your trading plan, or you over leveraged. Once I figured that part out, now I was able to start saying, okay, what's an attainable goal? If I hit this mark, what can I hit next? So it went from win a trade, lose a trade, lose a trade, lose a trade. Stop. Journal. I see.
Mike, I think you cut out. Mike, I think he cut out.
Can you guys hear me? I think my tablet just went out.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right, perfect. So win a trade, right? Lose a trade, journal. Next goal, hit. Then I start to measure my goals. So my goal was I wanted to hit 2 figures, 3 figures, 4 figures. How long did it take? It took time. Here's another thing I would suggest for beginner traders to understand. This takes time. This is not an overnight thing. If you are honest with yourself, you will save yourself a whole lot more. What's the word that I'm looking for? I cannot think of the word. I cannot think of the word right
Heck, I can tell you, you'll save a whole lot more time and money and headache and heartbreak.
now.
all of that. Man, if you don't mind me interjecting for a second,
Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
so all right, so it's about it this Zoom should be packed with people. I mean, it should be it should be packed because I'm gonna drop some sauce really quick. The only way to speed up your process, the only way to speed up your process is you have to find somebody that's greater than yourself that's doing exactly what you want to do, and then you either adopt into their mentorship or you follow them line by line, precept by precept. And because then that will be because success is mathematical, whether you know it or not. Success is mathematical. So if you follow the steps and systems of somebody that's already greater than yourself, then you could speed up your process. So people typically do that by mentors. That's why, Mike, I don't know if you, I think I talked to him about doing mentorships and doing these other things with his teaching all the time. So I think what he brings is value. But because once you do that, you immediately kill years of headache and heartbreak. I'm talking years of it. You kill it. And once I understood that, I started following just a few people and until I got their mindset and adapted it into my own, right? And it wasn't just following their trades or any of that. I'm like, show me system, places, process, things like that. What he's saying is 100% true, but there's one level there's a step above just trading, the step before trade journaling. There's a step before uh, being consistent. There's a step before that, and the step before that is what you do before you ever get to a chart. I have a mind trick that I play. It's not even a mind trick. I call it a mind trick or whatever. They say hack nowadays, the millennials, right? I'm the last millennial. I'm at 80, born in 82. But here's what you do. You set yourself up with small wins first. That way you're already putting yourself in a winning mindset. So what do I mean? And small habits first. Like I used to have a problem with just making my bed every morning. So every morning now I make my bed. I won. Soon I get up, I make it. I've already won. I've already completed the habit, right? Taking out the trash every day. This is all before I get to the charts, right? I start creating those small wins, right? Making sure stuff is in place, making sure I even do it before I go to bed. Make sure my workspace is cleaned, right? Because I'm attacking those small goals, and I'm already having victories right then and there, saying good morning to my wife, trying to kiss the kids before they go to school. All of those are small attainable goals before I even get to a chart. By the time I get to the chart, I'm already in the mindset of I've already started my habits, rituals for the day, my processes, my disciplines for the day, my small wins for the day. So when I come to the chart, it's nothing for me to read a chart and follow my process. So you guys can do the same thing. And you believe me, I'm telling you, that little stuff matters. That little stuff, it matters a lot. It's probably more important than trading. Because if you come to the market all peed off or you having a rough morning, you might as well call it quits. Just keep the money in your bank account, don't even trade because you haven't set yourself up to win first.
I like what you said, bro. You said you started with small habits that carried over into trading. And another thing that you said too is like mentorship. So let's kind of dive into that as well. Because again, we're talking about the journey of a trader, and most people here feel like mentorship does not matter. Like they want to take a shortcut. But for me, having a mentor really helped put things into perspective because I was able to see how setting a goal and hitting that goal was possible. I don't come for money, okay? I don't come for money. I don't, I'm not a material person. I don't care. Like, I like nice things, but that's not what I look for when I look for a mentor. What I did was I got with somebody who resonated with me, shared the same values as I did, and I was able to see like this is the person that I wanted to follow. This was the person who went through the trials and tribulations, and now they're giving back to me. They're helping me deal with these issues. They're helping me to sit back and say, hey, look, take a step away from the charts, get your mind right mentally, then you come back and do it. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Do it all again. So notice what it said in the box. Just as important as setting specific goals, you must visualize yourself successfully reaching those goals each and every day. So when I sat back and I thought about it, I was like, man, you know what? I see it and I understand it now. I see it and I understand it now. Because if they can do it, guess who else can do it? Me, you, the next person that's watching this, the next person that's listening to this. So now, guess what was thrown out? Let me look back at the chat box. Emotions are thrown out. Now I don't get upset anymore, or I don't allow my emotions to dictate what I'm going to do when I approach the charts. It doesn't cloud my judgment anymore. It does not control my every move when I'm in the market. It does not allow me to revenge trade. Like this weekend, I spent some time looking at my account and really taking a step back, like, okay, Michael, what are your real issues? What real issues do you have with trading? This is where honesty comes into play. I overtrade. I scale in too much. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. I talked to my mentor about it. He was like, man, look, you know how to scale into trades. I don't even do that. That's what he said. But he said, get better at managing when you scale in. How do you do that? You go back and look at your habits. I wrote it down. I journal it out. I screenshot everything, and cool. I'm ready for February now. It's a new month. My goal this year, 5 figures. Even if I don't hit the goal this year, but when I hit it, it's going to happen. I set a goal out to hit 4 figures my 5th year trading. Guess when it happened? Year 4.
It's great.
Man, that's good. That's good.
Year 4.
You know, I want to challenge you a little bit.
Go ahead.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So, all right. All right. This is going to what I'm getting ready to say should accelerate everybody. Okay. So we talk about goals, like the monetary goal, right? That's the monetary goal is no more than the trophy. That's all it is. It's the trophy. All right. So let's have a paradigm shift in our thinking for a second. So our goal is not the trophy. That's the result of what the trophy is only the result of the work that we have put in. So our goal is to execute. Our goal is to execute. That's our goal. So our goal is to execute our process and discipline day by day, month by month, week by week, session by session. So if you focus, if your goal should be the process, the result should be the money. The goal is the process. That's the goal. It's never the money. The money is just at the end of each process. This is what makes trading easy. When I understood this, I said, well, wait a minute. We're often taught that, well, we got to make this big money. and we got to do this. We're going to make $100,000 or $1 million. And let me tell you something. I got friends right now. I helped get to $1 million, about 12 people. Okay. The problem is that once I helped them, they fell back into the same habits and disciplines, right, that they had before. Okay. So the problem wasn't the fact to obtain the money, because they're having a struggle to do it by themselves. The problem was that they made the money the goal when they should have made the systems and processes, and that's the goal, not the money. The money is gonna come with that. So when I say, hey, we're gonna take X amount of dollars to $100,000 in 10 weeks, I don't care about the $100,000. My focus is the process to get to that point. So the process is where the money is at. That's it. Everybody talks about the result. I got a friend who has a large following, and he posts Lamborghinis, he posts this, and he posts that, and a big house, and and I said, well, wait a minute, you still struggling as a trader, but yet you teach it. You know what I mean? I said, I understand that, but you're showing them the bait, but you're not giving them the skill set. The skill set comes with the process. That's the business. When you want to lose weight, it's not I want to lose 50 pounds. Well, okay, sure. Everybody want to lose weight. All right, fine. Right. You want to get a good body. You want 6-pack abs. The target is the process to do that. That should wake you up in the morning, because you got something to do. Like when I get up and go to work in the morning to trade, right? That's my business, and it's my job. I work it like I treat it like a business, but I work it like a job. So when I get up in the morning, I'm clocking in. Don't bother me. My wife knows, hey, by 10 o'clock, don't bother Mike by 10. Between 6 and 8, he's trading. Between 8 and 10, he's trading. Between 2 and 6, he's trading in the morning, right? And then another time between 12 and 2, these are his times, right? But it's the process that gets you the money. The process is the key. If somebody said, hey, show me how to make $1 million, that person isn't showing you. That person isn't giving you the $1 million. He's showing you the process on how to do it. That's where the money is. That's where the target should lie. Every day you should wake up and say, my goal is to follow the process. That's my goal over the next 7 days, and then you compound that over the next 7 trading days, or the next 5, or if you're the type of person that can't make it to 5 or 7, do 3 days of following your process. Every 3 days, look at it. Yep, I followed the process. And at the end of 21 trading days, I guarantee you your account is going to be a heck of a lot bigger than what you've ever seen it. That's where the money is. It's all in process.
I like that. I'm gonna do that. Challenge accepted. And notice too, I think too, Mike, when you said that, all the negative things that comes with trading, like dealing with your emotions, that gets thrown out the window when you follow your process.
It's not even a factor. You don't even think about it. You don't even think about it. Like the other day, because I keep meticulous notes. All right, and I lost about 3 trades, and I said, why the heck that? Now I'm not tripping. I take on average of about 10 to 20 trades a day in the way that I trade. I said, why did I lose these 3 trades? Now it shouldn't have bothered me, but I went back. I said, and it wasn't really big. I was just like, oh, okay. I said, I missed a step in my process here. That's not something I would take. Okay, noted. Make sure I'm on key. I'm on point. But that's fine. You can give yourself the room for growth and error and all of that. That's what time does. But once you get, if you say, hey, I'm only going to risk 2%, 5%, whatever you want to risk, right? Whatever your process is, once you stick to that regiment over 21 days, it's over. And then evaluate yourself every 3 days or every 5 days. I evaluate myself at the end of every week. But I started doing that. I started evaluating myself in the beginning every 2 days, every 3 days, till I can do it for a week. And then I started doing it for every couple of weeks. Then it's a month. Then it's 6 months. See, so the process is where the money is at. That's where the money is at. That's sustainable. Trading, I tell people this all the time. Now, this is just a business conversation here. Lump sum money is okay, but being able to produce cash flow at will, that's power. That's freedom. I don't care if it's 5. I got friends who've made $1 million with trading, but they can't consistently make 500. Ain't that crazy? They can't consistently make $500 a day. They hit a lucky streak and can't tell you how they did it. They got hot and they can't tell you how they did it. And they can't make $500 a day off of a $10,000 account consistently. I kid you not.
So
that's deep, ain't it? That's crazy.
So again, I'm glad I decided to get out of my own way and say, you know what? I think I am going to do like a podcast type thing where it's like a conversation with me, but it's also a conversation with other traders. That way they can see what it's like with the journey of a trader. Because before, this wasn't something that was really talked about. And I've been looking at a lot of different podcasts just to see how different or what I could do differently. And I think this is, for me, this was it. Discussion with other traders, talking about the journey and what has helped them navigate through that journey. So somebody who is getting back into it, into the swing of things, or they're brand new, they can see like, okay, these are the things or these are the lessons that I've learned from when Mike was speaking. Let me build these good habits now. Making my bed. You should brush your teeth every morning. You should wash your face every morning. That's the given. Do I say hello to my spouse before I leave the house? Do I kiss the kids goodbye before I leave the house? What good habits do I do before I come to the charts? So when I come to the charts, I already know. Go through my trading plan, go through my rules, go to the charts, see the chart, see the setup, boom, trade executed. Week 1, done. Week two comes by, same thing. Wash, rinse, repeat. I'm not worried about what if I lose? Guess what? It's a part of the game. I'm not worried about how do I deal with my emotions. If you are feeling emotional when you are trading, take a step back and stop trading. Figure out why are you so emotional when you trade. You're not the only one going through it. It's happened to me. It's happened to Mike. And I'm going to tell you why people get emotional when they trade. Because they have other things going in their life on the outside that they cannot control. In trading, you have the power to control certain things. What things am I talking about? You control the lot size that you go into the market with. You control the time of day that you place a trade, and you control how long you want to be in that trade. Control what you can. Control what you can. Stop worrying about what you can't. I'm gonna repeat it. Control what you can. Stop worrying about what you can't. Once you do that, you'll start to see a difference. I noticed it a couple years as I started to get really good at it. I did not take a trade if I got into a fight with my spouse or I had a bad day at work. The kids are driving me crazy. I don't trade those days. If I receive bad news, I don't trade. Why? Because I'm not right up here first. If I didn't do my morning routine, I just don't take a trade. And I'm okay with not being in a trade. The market is not going anywhere. Control what you can control. If it's out of your control, don't worry about it.
Mike, you a preacher. You just don't know it yet. You preacher. Hey, listen. You a preacher. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. Hey, if you marry or you got a significant other, listen, I'm gonna tell you how to dead that. I'm telling you, don't let nothing affect your money. I'm the most, baby. I'm sorry. Because I know, hey, just forgive me. I'm tripping, and it could even be her. I'm tripping. We can discuss this later. It's not me against you. It's us against the situation. Those type of things help. I'm telling you, it
Yeah,
helped. And then everybody defenses are down. I just need to attack this. I promise you, we're gonna get back to this conversation. Whatever need to be handled, it's gonna be handled. Right?
man,
I'm a married man. Listen, hey. Sometimes I tuck my tail quick. I
bro,
tuck it quick.
I'm learning a lot, bro. Like I said, this is going on year 7, year 8 right now, and I've just learned so much, not only about myself, but just this journey, bro. It's been something. Like I'm glad I kind of went through the stuff that I went through with, especially with trading, because I've just deposited money into a bigger bank account, the biggest bank account that I have access to. And it's only a matter of time before I hit those goals that I have for myself.
Man, you are definitely gonna hit it. I mean, the Bible says you'll reap in due season if you faint not, and so that's the key thing. And that faint not, that means you got to keep going. You got
Yeah.
to keep going. It don't matter. It doesn't matter what season in life that you're in. You're on your way to your due season. You know what I mean? I'm a preacher, by the way, if y'all can't tell. So, if y'all can't tell, I'm a preacher, by the way. All right. If y'all can't tell, all right. But that's the key. And it has been a journey. And I tell people, you didn't think you could do this. You got involved with trading because something inside of you said, I know I can do this. And that's what you have to rely on. That's what you have to trust in. I know I can do this. This isn't I believe it or whatever. There's another level from believing. You go from thought to putting it into place, and then start believing it, and then start knowing it. You need to walk in the know. I know it's gonna do it. It's not a hey, I'm waiting on this to happen. You're anticipating that it is gonna happen. It's going to arrive. You know what I mean?
It's
And your
um,
journey starts your journey starts with the moment that you start. That's the key. And it all starts with you. Forget the haters. Well, you shouldn't do this because this is a scam and you're gonna put too much money in, and Biden's gonna do this, and Trump. We done heard it all. We done been through a Trump era, a Biden era, a Obama era. Listen, it does not matter. We are a trader. Whether the market goes up or goes down, we are going to make money. It does not matter. That's
yep.
the key. It does not matter. Well, what is Elon going to do? I don't care. What is the Fed going to do? I don't care. Because the market's going to move one in three ways: up, down, and sideways. And either way, we can attack it and we can make money.
And
That's
take,
the business,
take,
right?
yep, take what we need to take. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's so much freedom and so much power. The problem is you didn't believe it was going to be this easy. Once somebody came in and said, "Hey, it is this easy if you get your processes and systems down." You to make $100,000 or $1 million, you act like it's supposed to be a hard thing. It's not a hard thing. What it is, it's a system thing, and it's a process thing, and it's a time
That's
thing.
another thing I was gonna say too, Mike, because you would hear people say, "Oh, trading is easy, but it's also hard at the same time." And this is the part that's hard.
Yeah.
This is the part that's hard.
The hard part is you, because I tell people, like, you gotta get over yourself. Whoever you thought you was, that person is dead.
Yeah.
It's like being married. Okay, I don't know how many married folks we got on here, but it's like being married. I'm not the single Mike. Once I said I do, that old Mike is dead. I'm a new creature. It's like being born again. I ain't gonna do an altar call, I promise you. But it's like it's like you born again. You know what I mean? It's you become something else.
Yeah.
Whoever You cannot keep convicting your past self, your current self. You cannot keep convicting your current self based off of your past. You convicting an innocent person. Don't do that, right? You guys got this. At the end of the day, whatever strategy you got, who cares, right? Some strategies are better than others. We know it. But as long as we got a process, and even if your account grows 10% a month, 20% a month, 50, 1% a day, 2% a day. Compound that over time, and guess who's winning? You.
It's better than the bank.
It's better than the bank. 401k, what? 401k, nothing. I invest my own money. You know what I mean? Right? So, that's just how it goes. And what's going to help you is positive podcasts like these. If you join his, Mike's mentorship training programs, or just a check-in. Heck, man, listen, hey, if I got to pay somebody just to check in, hey, I need to check in with you real quick, just to let you know where my head is at, with this trading. So what? This is part of business, right?
Yeah,
I'm trying to just bounce this off of you. You know what I mean? And if you guys haven't seen,
you're gonna pay regardless.
And you got one of the best clubhouse groups on trading in my opinion, because you hear the drama, it's fun, it's you hear the stories or whatever, but at the end of the day, everybody is real. You get to see people make real mistakes and then have real wins, or you get to see people say, hey, I done bounced back off of this. It is fun to do it because you need some type of camaraderie, right? So that helps a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm like I said, bro, I'm glad I was able to finally get out of my own way and figure out how I was going to do it, and just say, you know what, let's just do it. So episode 2 drops next week. Episode 1 will be posted on YouTube, and all I can say is, man, let's get to it. I'm excited. Like I said, there's communities that you can join. Clubhouse, you have the Forex Traders Lounge, you have the Currency Commodities chat group as well. You have mine's Dapper Trades House, and then you have Telegram groups. We have access to Telegram groups, Discord groups. So there are communities that you can reach out to and join and be a part of. But if you specifically want to work with individuals, then hey, you look, shoot a message. Shoot a message. We are glad to help you guys get you to where you want to be. Trading is a lonely sport. However, this is where each one teach one, but also each one pulls each other up. Each one pulls each other up because you need people like that in your corner to push you to where you want to be. And again, just because this is where you are now, your story could be different in 2 months. It could be different in 6 months. It could be different in a year. Keep going. If you are a beginner, right? Sit down, put a plan together, and really think about what it is that you want from trading and why. The reason why I say that is because you're going to win your first trade or two, then you're going to take a loss. And I've seen people, I talk to people every single day, and I've had people in my group who did this and then they just stopped trading. They give up. Don't be the person that gives up because you don't know what you're walking away from. It's like that picture that's being showed as a guy. It's 2 guys digging for diamonds. The one guy is digging, 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 and the other guy's digging, digging, digging away. There's a bunch of diamonds, and then there's a big diamond. Don't be the person that walks away when they're so close to what they want to accomplish. Keep at it. Eventually, you'll get to your goal. You'll get to where you want to be. All right. So that wraps up episode 1, The Journey of a Trader. Episode 2 will drop next Saturday, this time at a later time, probably 3:30, 4 o'clock Eastern time. And we're going to might have a couple other people come up and maybe do like a little Q&A session for people to kind of chime in more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope this helps. Like I said, I will post some stuff on YouTube. I'm going to add a couple of things, ways to get in contact with me. And if you want to reach out to other traders that I know, I could pass a message along as well and be a part of our community, our trading community. We would love to have you guys. So with that being said, the Journey of a Trader podcast is officially started, and I hope to see you guys again next week and throughout the week. Have a great week in the charts, and peace out. Stop the stream.